prouder, very divorced, and very worried about Bluesky, which is user base has exploded recently as people leave Twitter because it's just filled with Nazis. This is everything you need to know about Bluesky.
This person calls himself Bonnie, a transsexual with 4 degrees.
He's so fucking mad. Being mad and misgendering based people on the internet.
Sorry, but traditional marriage in the 1950s was just a game of chicken to see if the wife would poison the husband before he sends her to get a lobotomy. And honestly, extreme kinks like that just aren't for me.
That's a good fucking joke.
People talk about...
That's a funny skeet right there. Yeah, see? Same brain cell. That's a funny skeet.
It's quite a bit. And we try and solve this issue on this program as best we can. That's why
we solve this issue as best we can. We've seen you solve issues, Steve.
A big part of what we do is providing references. I get it. There's always going to be echo chambers. People are going to gravitate toward the kind of content that they find congruent with their point of view. I would argue, however, that the left is far worse at this. And let me make a case really quickly before we get to Bluesky, this sort of lefty alternative to X, formerly Twitter. If you look at...
Sky's blue over there, guys. It's a good vibe. It's not as I won't say it's as good as Twitter was, but it's getting there.
Rumble.
Spotted, I know, right?
You look at X now. Really, liberals are allowed. They may not go there. Liberals are allowed there. You are not seeing liberals. You are not seeing leftists removed in massive numbers. They really are just platforms that are gravitating toward open speech, freedom of speech, and so you see a higher percentage of conservatives. When leftists create platforms, there are no conservatives. They are proactively removed. And so...
Yeah, that's amazing, by the way. They have definitely been getting proactively removed, but it's because they're known bad actors. It's not for being conservatives. It's just for known... the reason people are leaving one platform is because of those people. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Nick Fuentes tried to join Bluesky and 30,000 people reported him and he got banned. Easy. Don't need it.
So what you really see with these platforms, or really publishers, I should say at this point, what you see playing out is what people at YouTube and Google want to do. What their content guidelines were designed to do. Yeah. You're seeing them play out. You're seeing less conversation, and you are seeing it descend into a circus of madness. So the newest one, or at least the one that people are paying attention to now, is Bluesky as an alternative to X. Just listen to this report from the Demon Tate brother.
The Demon Tate brother?
What hasn't been around for a long time is Bluesky, the social media platform which is gaining users in recent weeks as an alternative to X. On Thursday,
it's a butterfly, not a bird.
More than 1 million users had signed up in a single day. The platform CEO says the site is growing.
Is that their commentary? It's a butterfly, not a bird. Very good. That is a butterfly. Very good, Jerry. Very good, Steve. Give him a little... Okay, you get 1 point. We'll see at the end of class how many you got right.
By 10,000 users every 10 to
It's up to 20 million, by the way.
15 minutes and has more than 18 million users right now.
It really feels reminiscent of a former era of Twitter when it wasn't owned by Elon Musk.
Aliens are real.
Who changed the name of the platform to X.
Dude, you can't look like anybody. You can't be skinny. I didn't realize what they were saying at first. They're making fun of this person for being a skinny person. Yep.
It looks and functions a lot like Twitter, but it doesn't have, maybe Elon puts a little bit of his thumb on the scale, it seems like, sometime on what you see on X.
Oh, yeah. And, 1,000,000%. Holy shit. When you let videos auto scroll, there's distinct right-wing messaging all over that shit. It'll mix in some of the people you follow, but everyone you don't follow will be right-wing shit. It's crazy.
Bluesky feels much more open and has a really exciting energy right now.
Very open, as long as you're using the PrEP pill.
Lots of
now, it was created or developed, I should say.
They're just being homophobic and saying AIDS jokes now?
By Jack Dorsey in 2019.
Very
Remember
funny.
Dorsey was CEO of Twitter, then left, then came back, and then left. And he just always torches everything behind him and burns all the bridges and then says, this place sucks. So he...
Quite unlike Donald Trump. Donald Trump has never done anything like that.
He then left Bluesky in May. And the new CEO is Jay Graber, who went on CNN just last night to boast about the success of the site.
But the tone and the environment and the community that you seek to create through Bluesky, is it intentionally distinct from, say, an X?
Well, our goal is to give users an experience where they can have fun and feel safe. And so we've already always
safe.
focused a lot on trust and safety, making sure that users have an ability to
Safe
have an
from
experience
words.
that's free from bots and harassment and spam. And then
Bots, harassment, and spam is definitely down over there. I agree. This is great.
that's, I think, really core to the experience. But then beyond that, we want a place where people can express their creativity. And so they can come on and, explore a app store, basically, of all these feeds. It's like a marketplace of feeds. And then you can subscribe to the ones that you're interested in, sort of like subscribing to magazines. And so people who like cat pictures are just looking at the cat feed. So it just lets people get really creative and discover their communities and find the places that they want to be within Bluesky.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I haven't really taken advantage of the feed feature because I'm a boomer. Hey, why are you whining at me? Come here. What the hell? Anything you need, Mom can provide. I guarantee it. Why don't you go ask Mom? Go see what Mom's doing. I'm sure she can let you out or whatever. I tried to let that dog out before I started to stream. I was like, oh, well, hey, buddy, let's go frolic outside. And he did not want to go outside with me because it was a little rainy. And he's a little fucking dork. And he's like, I'm not going outside. It's rainy. But now he's whining at my ass. Fucking 2 hours in the stream, bro. Your mom is right next to the door. This is a problem every single stream, it seems, lately. I don't know why he keeps coming to me. He goes through phases, man.
You've just described how to make a society dumber.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't think she understands what creativity
You realize that?
is.
It's just
I don't think she understands what creativity is. The most fucking basic ass guy you ever saw. The least remarkable man you have ever laid eyes on in your life. Okay. Show me your art right now. Whip out the art, buddy.
subscribe to the feeds like a magazine. Okay, pick a dead medium, and you can just just look at cat pictures. Okay.
Why is he mad? Why is he mad at the idea of someone who's like the hypothetical person whose only Bluesky feed is cat pictures? Who gives a shit? What?
So pick a trend from the early aughts. All right. So you want people to be dumber. You want dialogue to regress. Now, what she says there is
Dialogue? It sounds like people want to not be on the site. I go to the Twitter. I don't care. It makes society dumb. I don't think it does. I think the college-educated people are trying really hard. I think most people that have an education are not on the side of Steven Crowder.
safe. That's a key word. Harassment. Everyone wants to do away with bots and spam. No one's done more for that on X than Elon Musk. It's not perfect.
I disagree. Holy fucking shit. They are in the dumpster. We knew Steven Crowder's brain didn't work, but I mean, like, holy shit. That place is botted to fuck.
The words there are harassment and safety. We will see their policy and what kind of an environment it leads to. So their content policy, pretty generic with language about, hate, abuse, all that kind of stuff that you see everywhere, all the gay stuff.
All the gay stuff? He's very triggered all the time. He seems so seethingly mad. Damn. He's going to go home to his empty house. No wife or kids around. And cry about this tonight.
But here's the thing. In practice, what you see is one user was immediately banned for posting, hello, new platform, litmus test, the COVID vaccine didn't work, the 2020 election was stolen, there are two genders, trans women are men, trans men are women.
Yeah, so the first thing you did on the 0 follower account was say that, and then it got banned, yeah. I mean, that's the kind of shit-stirring bullshit that, I don't mind banning that. It's clearly just like bad faith,
The perspective, most of those statements that would be in line with the vast majority of Americans.
I disagree that the vast majority of Americans agree. I think it's so crazy that that's the opinion that they take when, like, Donald Trump wins the nomination, right? Or wins the presidency. Now they think that means every single one of those voters is transphobic, like, in their minds. No, a lot of them are fucking dumbasses. Like, I know fucking Trump voters that aren't transphobic. It's crazy. They exist. They don't have any fucking... The thing is, a lot of Trump voters don't have any sort of fucking background ethic. They're just trying to vote for people they think will help them. And they're just like, fuck it. I don't care what they say about it. Fuck these people. Fuck Joe Biden. I don't blame them necessarily for saying fuck Joe Biden. I just wish that they would have chosen not Donald Trump. But, whatever. Now they have to fucking live in it. And then they're just going to swing back to some other fucking dumbass, whoever the fucking Democrats run, and then eventually somewhere down the line we'll get something good, I promise.
As far as two
It's
genders,
inevitable.
as far as biological men being a thing, as far as at least a certain percentage, a high percentage of Americans who believe the COVID vaccine was largely ineffective. Also the science. So that person was banned.
Well, probably because litmus tests are banned. It's not the other things.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you guys are getting confused.
And what needs to be contrasted is what's banned, what's impermissible when the left has control versus what is permitted. What kind of environment does it create? So when the left talks about a toxic environment from the right and they want to actively ban Rumble, not just ban people like us from YouTube, but then ban Rumble from even existing, entire governments, right? Progressive governments. Let's compare the two, the kind of environment that you see when the left actually has what it is that they want unfettered.
Is this just him pre-coping because they know that this stuff is coming from the Trump campaign? It's going to happen. What are you worried about? You can't go on Bluesky. Who gives a fuck? Why do you care? Why does he give a shit if he's not allowed on Bluesky? I mean, be a better person if you want to be on. I don't know why he wants to be on Bluesky so much.
The site, to give you an idea,
He blocked me a long time ago. He can't be there for me.
top 10 users, AOC, New York Times, The Onion, Mark Hamill. Yep.
You're not gonna mention George Takei?
Mark Cuban, Washington Post, George Takei,
What is this ding situation?
Midas Touch, for some reason. So,
The marketing agency.
Thanks, Webmage.
yeah, let's look at some of the posts that you can find on Bluesky. So you can't say 2020 election was not the most free and fair. You can't say COVID vaccine was ineffective. You cannot say that there are only two genders.
Can't say COVID vaccine wasn't effective? Well, that would be incorrect. It was definitely effective. You silly goose. No, he didn't stop doing stuff after he abused his wife on camera. He tripled down.
But here's what you will find. These are the kinds of posts
He
that
took his wedding ring off, though. That's good. My favorite thing about MAGA weirdos on Bluesky so far, they are so mad since there's someone actively curating a list of their accounts and everyone else can automatically subscribe to that list and block them. Yeah, it's dope.
gain popularity on Bluesky. This is a user, Jen Rubin. She's a Washington Post columnist, MSNBC contributor, democracy defender.
Oh, she's a veteran.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Very cool. That's what veterans do.
So she posted this video on Bluesky about RFK killing Americans.
This is a disaster. Make polio great again? Is that what the United States is going to be all about?
Fucking true, though.
Make it
Reduce
better.
The
You're going to make polio better again? What?
availability of not only abortion medication, not only vaccines, but any kind of medication this crackpot thinks is undesirable. It's an outrage. And
Is that a soundboard they're doing? Or is that a guy making a noise just randomly?
innocent
Like
people,
ivermectin.
maybe some people who voted for this guy.
He's
Are
on
gonna die.
ivermectin?
So let's compare that directly. Just, okay, what RFK has,
horse
just what we
paste.
know thus far, has suggested. For example, we talked about this yesterday, with clinical trials for the hepatitis vaccine being administered to infants. That's offering people information and choice. She wants him to not be able to speak. And what they always do, and that's why that word safety is key in harassment. It's under the guise of safety. It's unsafe. He's putting people in danger. Well, you know what I think put people in danger? Forcing people to lock down in their homes, children not be allowed to attend school, and businesses to be forever shuttered, destroying the livelihoods of America. I think that that was dangerous.
Okay. Well, if the guy who let the pandemic get crazy would have handled it better, Donald Trump, then you wouldn't have had to go through that. But they were just fucking losing people too much to keep society running properly. I'm sorry, man. You guys were just too irresponsible and like plague rats. It is what it is.
How about putting COVID patients in nursing homes? Maybe that was a little bit of a dangerous policy that
Or
they should
hotels.
have implemented.
But in their perspective, it's no, this is good, this is bad. This is why they don't have a dialogue. You can't have the dialogue on a place like Bluesky. You can do it in the Rumble comment section.
But they don't have dialogue. Right-wingers do not have dialogue. They mouth breathe and repeat lies by Fox News and the trickle-down accounts that, like Steven Crowder, like the Daily Wire, that, fall in line essentially and say the same shit. You guys just regurgitate the same things over and over without looking at reality. Like, vaccines are real and they work. They've been working. It's crazy.
Underneath this very stream, you're free to do so. You may find a disproportionate number of conservatives, but that's because they gravitate toward free speech platforms. You can say whatever you want, provided it's not actually a crime, illegal. Let's go to another user here in Bluesky. This person calls himself Bonnie. a transsexual with 4 degrees.
Pigeon fan?
What was that? Can you bring it up?
Number 1 pigeon fan.
Oh, yeah.
You might have balls, Your Honor.
Everything about this is unhealthy.
Everything about this is unhealthy, Steven Crowder says after his 17th hospital visit. Second divorce. Fuck yeah.
This person posted this take on marriage. I'm sorry, but traditional marriage
We get to say this twice, which is fucking great.
in the 1950s was just a game of chicken to see if the wife would poison the husband
She's
before
funny.
he sends her to get a lobotomy. And honestly, extreme kinks like that just aren't for me. So first off, they think this is funny. Second, these are the
First off, they think this is funny. Are you going to fucking clutch your pearls about this? You're fucking mad. So fucking mad, dude.
relationship dynamics that the left. Do you see the left? What they do is they destroy the male-female dynamics. Where it's not
What?
about romance, that dance of hard to get cat
Romance, hard to get, cat
and mouse.
Cat and mouse? What the fuck? Do you want to know how me and my wife met? I slid into her DMs and we talked about D&D for hours. It was hot. It's hot stuff.
Right.
I love being compared to prey. In our hunter-prey kink dynamic, I travel through the jungle and I look through you, through the ferns, baby. I'm going to pounce.
Sure that you dress up, you pursue one, things that women like, things that men like.
Things that women like. You don't know what women like. You fumble.
Like doing. It's all some struggle for power, where a man wants to abuse a wife and she wants to kill her man. I don't know if they realize this. That's actually not most relationships, but it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because of the left spearheading culture. Everything is about control. Everything is about abuse.
Control and abuse. Please.
Same thing. You can even just take it to rape. They do the same thing, right? Whereas, well, if a woman is inebriated, then it's rape. Well, what if he's inebriated?
Then it's rape. Huh? It could be rape. Yeah, what? You can sexually assault a man. That's a thing. So please ask for consent.
What if he's had a couple of drinks? What if both of you have had a couple of drinks?
If both of you have had a couple of drinks, there's not one person taking advantage of the other person, most likely. Like, pretty much if all things are equal, it's good and gravy. And people make mistakes when they're having, goofy, wacky, drunk times. But, like, there's a big difference between one person's, like, fucking drunk and the other person is sober, and then you try to take advantage of them. That is a very big difference. It's always like a trick. Right, like, it's coercion.
What happened to drunken screwing with a married couple?
You can do that. No one is saying you can't do that. It's weird that they think that you can't.
Oh, everything has to be an imbalance of power and abuse of authority.
Not everything. He can't hear this conversation. But there are times when, okay, like for instance, if I had had a few drinks and my wife was like, hey, daddy, you want to have some fuck? And I was like, I'm all drunk. Yeah, baby. I mean, she's not really coercing me. We've had prior consent, and prior consent is a thing. But we're talking about like fucking strangers just, meeting and one person's drunk and the other person takes advantage of them. This is not prior consent. There's no rapport. These are different experiences. It just is what it is. And she does do that. When I'm drunk, she says, want to have some fuck? That's exactly how she says it.
It doesn't seem as pernicious as but it is. Let me go to another user here. Sage. Sage. Who identifies
is this person also an oomphy?
himself as a trans NB woman into tech.
I'm sorry, what?
I didn't know. I forgot what it was. It means non-binary. It's another word.
NB means non-binary?
NB.
So
NB means non-binary. NB.
it's an uncolored colored person.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
That's what that's. It's like it's a total.
What?
And they want us to just go along with it. It was just go like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, NB. No, you made it up. You made it up, and I don't.
But I don't think you get it. Sure, it's made up in the same way that man and woman is made up. Like, it's made up. There's no reason that you have a dick that you have to act a certain way. There's just no reason for that. You can act however you want. And obviously you're doing it by being an ape. Gender is definitely a construct. So, yeah, I mean...
Don't respect it.
She works for Jaguar now, so that's...
Yes, exactly. And people go, oh, no, this is just the radical. This is just the radical wing. Really? The Prime Minister of Canada unironically used two-spirited.
Yes.
By the way, so did Tim Walz. It's not some radical fringe. That's the vice presidential candidate of the Democratic platform. That's
You mean use the term two-spirited? Okay.
the prime minister of the country of Canada. They
Yeah, man, what?
use these terms today.
Okay, hold the fuck on. Okay. Two-spirited is like as close to fucking like a crossover between like gender and like sort of like, would you call it? It's not even like indigenous fucking religion. It's not even like that deep. I don't know. But like, I don't understand how he can take offense to this and still be like a fully religious guy. I don't know. Why do they hate people existing differently from them? I have no fucking idea. No idea what makes them uncomfortable about it. I think it's interesting to have different cultures. Isn't that fun? Alpha Wasabi, thanks for following, dude.
Today's NB is tomorrow's two-spirited, which
No, they're different, but similar concepts for sure.
heads of state will use. Do not let
I think two-spirited is closer to like gender fluid, maybe, but I could be wrong. I guess it would depend on who the two-spirited person's experience and how they talk about it. Probably, it's probably a little bit more loosey-goosey.
them get away from this. This is the post from this person, this NB person. Again, the kind of stuff you see.
person, he's just so fucking upset about it, and it's like, I know this is gonna happen for a while, but the cat's out of the bag. People are fucking non-binary and trans, and it's just how it is. People exist.
And Bluesky, when they get an echo chamber on trans kids, attacking
He is targeted harassing. You're right.
life-saving health care for children in hope of temporary personal comfort is abominable. There is a ring of hell reserved for any quislings willing to feed children to the fascist wolves at our doors. Protect trans kids. This is what they do with language.
True,
and
though.
again, the language where you're just, even if you just, can you
so
comment
nasally.
if you see this, if you're a liberal, even if you disagree with the litmus test that was banned from Bluesky, the 2020 election was stolen, or there are only two genders. Can you at least acknowledge that that is honest? It is proactively honest. It is making an affirmative statement that they are willing to defend.
That's not what honesty is. Saying a non-truth confidently isn't what honesty is. Yeah, man, you're just wrong. Gender is not real in the same way that like any of our social groups aren't real. You know what I mean? It's a construct. How we express ourselves is real. And the language we use to describe our expression sometimes falls under gender because we're forced to in this gendered society that is socially constructed. It's wacky shit. It's high-level stuff that the guys like this can't understand.
That's the kind of language that is used from the right. Hopefully, they continue to use that language. Protect trans kids. What that actually means.
What it actually means is we are at a point in human society where about half of all people in places like the United States where we have enough of the time to talk about these types of human phenomenon. We are pretty much at the cut. We'll call it the cutting edge of human experience at all times, anyway, because of the nature of how time works. But like, this is just unpacking the human condition a little bit more, and I think it's fascinating. I mean, being trans is definitely something that you experience in a gendered culture, and I think we can alleviate a lot of the problems that being trans causes for people, which is mostly the social impact, by getting rid of the social impact, and that is through normalization and through just like getting over yourself and just being like, yeah, people can live how they want. I don't give a shit. Like, why would I give a shit? So that's where I'm at. I guess that's just the manly take, though.
Is allow the government to take children from their parents to transition them surgically or hormonally.
Yeah.
That's not happening. Huh? What, dude? The only ways that you're getting the government taking children from, like trans children from their parents is when those parents are abusing the trans children, in which case, totally agree with it.
Yeah.
That's what protect trans kids. When they say
No, protect trans kids is definitely about them being able to make their own choices independent of anyone outside of them, including the government. I don't want the government involved.
fascist wolves at the doors, what they mean is the parents on the inside of the doors saying, no, the government can't come into my house and take my 8-year-old child away because they're confused. So
What, man? This is just fear-mongering. He's just brain dead.
Them, the fascists at the doors, are the parents protecting their children in their own house.
Yeah.
And they are protecting trans kids by basically abducting them from a private residence to surgically alter their life forever.
Yeah, so none of that's happening. And, like, I don't think that we should be able to lie like this, you know? I don't know what to do about it. You're always going to have liars in society, but I don't think you should be able to lie like this for profit, you know?
This is the kind of language. And so that doesn't get banned.
It's good to see that this person also believes in hell.
Yes.
Apparently in their text. I think they might be acquainted with it if things don't turn around.
Well,
looking into the camera. I would love to talk about why God isn't real with all these doofuses. That'd be fun.
Best start believing in hell, NB. You'll be in one. Now,
you'll be in one of hell.
Here is something else, too, that you see. And again, doesn't exist in a vacuum.
Again.
Contextually, it's a lot worse than with other sites.
He has little hands.
They have been inundated with complaints for child sexual abuse material.
Well, it includes that, but there's other complaints too. But really, liberals complaining? Oh no, I would never see that coming.
Yeah, now it's just falling apart. It's become a circular firing squad.
I say, just let it happen.
Let it happen. So this is actually from, I believe, Bluesky. It says we're receiving about 3,000 reports an hour. To put that in context, in all of 2023, we received 360,000 reports. We're triaging this large queue so the most harmful content, such as child sexual abuse material, is removed quickly. Now, if only this...
Okay, but so this is right-wingers? He's trying to own everybody. So right-wingers were coming on to Bluesky and posting all sorts of fucking vile stuff, and the lefties were just like, okay, fucking get out of here, right-wing freaks. And so I didn't take part in this at all. I'm not on Bluesky enough. A lot of them banned the fucking accounts because a bunch of fucking freaks from the right-wing spaces were trying to ruin it. Because, I mean, obviously, even Steven Crowder knows people are leaving Twitter because it's far right-wing, because Elon has fucked the site, and moving over to Bluesky because they don't like it as much. They like Bluesky better. And so the right-wingers were trying to, as they do, try to go over and ruin it. It wasn't going to work. It's so weird Crowder is so concerned with these trans kids when he wasn't too worried about his own. Wanting his wife to handle dog meds that he could cause fetal damage, having a cosmetic surgery while his wife was in labor. The tea.
Such as child sexual abuse material is removed quickly. Now, if only the CIA would do the same thing. And this is the same thing.
If only the CIA would do the same thing. How do you feel about Matt Gaetz, looking Secretary of Defense, Department of Justice head? They need people to be upset and fighting with them. It's boring to fight other right wingers. AG, that's right. So they I still can't get my head around it. Attorney fucking general. So they chase queer people to make them feel miserable and such piss babies about it. Yeah, I mean, you can have your little right wing space, and they're just gonna sit around and get bored, and it just is what it is.
See child sexual abuse material. Again, all references available at louderwithcrowder.com, link in the description. You saw this with other leftist alternatives like Mastodon. It's been a consistent problem.
Wow.
Now, do we have the numbers of every platform where we can definitively say that they are higher here than everywhere else? No, but let me ask you, do you think it's more likely that the political echo chamber, which even allows for the possibility of minor attracted persons being accepted into their ranks, is it really that much of a logical leap to say, yeah, they might have a bigger problem with pedophile pornography
than the Catholics? No, the map thing is definitely not true. This is cope, dude. What are you trying to throw the scent off of us? Like, what the fuck? You're Catholics, man. You're the rape guys. You're the pedophile guy. Everyone knows. Who you trying to kid, buddy? Huh? Elon unbanned a guy posting CSAM. True. You voted for a pedo president. True. What are you thinking, bro? This is cope.
You can comment if you think.
Yeah, comment. Please comment. Please comment. Buy a mug, please. Subscribe immediately, chat.
Logically, you have to make an inference here because we don't have
comment.
all of the statistics available. We just have theirs.
Right.
And also worth noting is that a post on Bluesky is unofficially called a skeet.
What?
Yes, it's called a skeet. That's right.
Or skeeting. Don't Google it.
No, first off, Lil John will have something to say about that.
Yes.
Second off,
It's all fucking white guys in here. I'm not surprised.
it's ironic to me that they created a platform called Bluesky for them to cordon themselves off from the rest of society so they could only hear their viewpoints and smell each other's farts.
Yes. I didn't know that it was a scratch and sniff site, but okay.
Yeah, that's what.
Got him. A scratch and sniff. These guys, cutting edge humor.
That's what the butterfly is. It's the tramp stamp tattoo on the internet.
That's nice.
So I guess it's a blend of Sky and Tweet, but they turned it to Skeet.
It's stupid. The entire thing is stupid. So after we talk about it today, I hope what happens is that it is never mentioned again, that nobody cares about this site. But here's a point that I want to bring up that CNN brought up. And guys, please bring in that overlay if you can, if there's a screenshot of it, where basically they were showing like before Elon Musk bought X and after, or I think some other comparison maybe from 2022. It's basically even now as far as ideology, right? So if you're a conservative or a liberal, it's liberals, I think, is 48, conservative 47% of people identify there based on the polls. It's gotten more equal. That's what liberals are fleeing. That's what they're saying is,
I don't think that's what liberals are fleeing. It's crazy they still call everybody liberals. They really don't know who the fuck the country is. It's nuts. I think the problem with liberals is that only liberal elites are liberals. I don't think most normal people are liberals. I think most normal people are progressives when you talk to them. They're like, yeah, I should have health care. And only a few people are conservative, like full dyed-in-the-wool conservatives, and they're freaks. And there's pretty much nobody else. Check out a bit of weed today? Hell yeah.
too filled with right-wingers. I can't believe that I see this stuff. Yeah. You don't want to see any. You want to go to your liberal ghetto and just sit there and talk.
Liberal ghetto.
Talk about what you want the world to be and not have anybody critically assess your thoughts. And
the left constantly critically assesses each other's thoughts. We don't need fucking right-wingers gumming up the works of our conversations. Like, honestly, I don't have productive conversations with anyone who considers themselves a conservative anymore. And that's why you had a lot of offline people voting for Donald Trump, by the way. Like, the online people in general that weren't already MAGA voted blue. It is what it is. Offline people were the ones they got this time. Unless it was like, you know, a podcast guy. Podcast fucking... they got the Fox Newsers and the Joe Rogan bros. How am I supposed to argue with Nazis? I mean, you know, they don't have anything to say. I tried to have a conversation with a Christian the other day, like on Twitter, and he was just like, "Proof logic is real." It's just like, oh my god, you just want to get bogged down in trying to talk about something that isn't proving God, and it's like, holy shit.
And challenge you, or
yeah, logic is a concept that is provable through retestability, right? In the same way anything else is provable.
You have the ability to challenge them. You have the ability to change minds by being on X.
Well, you want to see any conservative people? Good luck calling the police.
Yeah.
Or the fire department when your house is on fire, you're having a heart attack. Good luck.
They're running away.
The heart attack? You think what? You think conservative people are the medical experts? You think I'm going to go to Twitter or something?
Don't like their ideas. They want to go to a safe space where everybody agrees with them and nobody's going to.
Well, here's the thing. So you look at these platforms, and it's not just conservatives. You see gamers. You see people who just, you see athletes. You see sporting events. When the left gets what they want, this is what they wanted for YouTube. This is what the government was asking Facebook and Meta to do by Mark Zuckerberg's own admission. YouTube, if they had their way, if they weren't just having to kind of fake like they're skirting the law in Section 230, YouTube would be Bluesky. Google already is Bluesky.
Yeah.
Google is Bluesky?
Be clear. Facebook would be Bluesky. If the left had their, it's not what do they do right now with the powers they have. What would they do if their powers were unfettered?
Google is a big, massive corporation that I disagree with.
Go check out Bluesky. Tell me what you think of it, because that's what your future would look like.
Yeah. Another thing to keep in mind, too. So Rumble is about...
They're so mad. He's like genuinely upset.
A study on this is about a third,
tough.
right? So liberal, conservative, independent. It's about thirds. Everybody thinks Rumble's just like this place where conservatives ran to. Nope. It's where free speech ran. And free speech, there's a lot of people that actually believe in free speech in the independent category, right? Obviously, and some liberals going to do it as well. But then bring up the overlay that I sent you on this. This is what they ran from, guys. In 2022, 65%. This is party ID among those who regularly use X for news. 65% Dem, 31% GOP. Now, 48-47. That's what they're running from.
I bet if you included leftists, you wouldn't fucking see that. Like, they don't know who they're talking to.
They do not want a platform. They don't want a company.
Why is free speech bigotry for them? It's just it's something to hide behind. That's all it is. It's not an actual argument about free speech. It's just their politics require fear, and in order to have fear, you need scapegoats, and so they scapegoat minority groups because it's easier, because, there's fewer people in minority groups. And you use that so that people that want power can get the power, and now these guys, profit off of the conversation around those people getting power. It's just, it's cynical as fuck.
They don't want anybody.
Conservatives are like men who whine about not getting hugs, but then they don't take a shower. True.
Successful who does not toe the line for them completely.
Scrub your pits, your folds.
Or not with X, but with Tesla. Right? Yep. We've made that point a million times. He was the darling. Twitter was the darling of the left. They loved Twitter.
Of course they loved it.
Right?
Yeah.
Until
Twitter was the darling of the left. Was it the darling?
Right. It became a level playing field.
Yep. Hey, if you like this video, you want
a level play. It's not a level playing field. He literally has to tip the scales toward right-wingery in order for you guys to do anything on there. You're not good posers. I still go mega viral on Twitter because they're still lefties. And you don't even have to be a lefty to agree. So stupid and quite salty, dude. Incredibly salty. I don't know why he's so upsetty about the Bluesky. Hey, if you want to follow me on Bluesky, you can totally do that. I'm actual Jake on Bluesky. Go there. Look at that. It's in the chat right now. It's in the chat right now. Look at this guy. What? He's making pizzas? I was playing Dragon Age and this statue looks sort of like a penis. Lots of stuff on there. Follow me immediately.